Hello everyone, my name is Owain on the Thomas Bros channel, and this is my brother.
Joey.
And today we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 6, Requiem. So this is your chance now to leave before we get into any spoilers. 3, 2, 1, Jessica.
Okay, very big episode as we start off this with Vanessa's death.
Yes.
And Fisk grieving just a little bit after he kills that doctor straight off the bat who tries to give him a bit of solace.
Yeah, all he should do is give him a hug and he gets all of his bones snapped because of it.
Yeah, I think, let's be honest, in that moment though, as soon as the doctor comes in, he was going to die. You don't interrupt the man while he's grieving.
You don't interrupt Fisk at all, you'll get killed.
Yeah. You also have the church scene where they're actually burying Vanessa in the funeral.
Yes.
And you have all these characters talking amongst themselves, as you pointed out earlier on, actually.
So you've got the sort of counsellor, well, not counsellor, but the woman that was working with Fisk that gave over the chief police or whatever to him.
Yeah.
And she's talking about actually running against Fisk.
Yeah.
Because her and the governor were speaking. It seems like Vanessa's death had the opposite effect that we thought it would have. We thought that it would make it so that she would sort of sympathise with Fisk, but all this has done is make her not like him as much because she thinks that Vanessa was the only thing keeping him back.
Yeah.
And is talking to the other person about how she needs to run for mayor against him and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then you also have Daniel and Buck as well, because BB shows up. And obviously, ever since the last episode where the information about Vanessa came out, Daniel's been a lot more suspicious about her now being the leak. But with the orders now of Buck to try and basically give her false information to try and find out if that springs up to the surface to see if she is the leak or not. When actually, later on it gets played down the line, but actually she tries to do the thing for him where she doesn't actually spill the leak and she deletes it on the message, which we'll get to later on. But it proves that she has a lot of loyalty to him as well as the resistance side.
Exactly, because she does like him, but obviously needs to help the resistance against Fisk.
Yeah. So, but Daniel's a bit swayed. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's kind of 50-50 in those situations.
Yeah.
After helping him bury that body in the middle of the woods, it's like what we did, is wrong. But as he said, well, you're in deep now.
You're too deep in now to just leave.
Yeah. So I feel like I wouldn't say a no turning point, but he's far more invested now in Fisk's other side of things now. You've got them. You've also got Buck and the Heather scene, which was kind of weird. Because did Heather steal that ring from the jewelry box?
Yeah, she did for some reason. And then obviously Buck walks in and it's like, "Are you alright, Heather?" And she sort of chokes him like what Muse did to her.
Yeah. Is she going down this psychological route now?
I don't know what's happening with Heather, to be honest. She's weird.
Is she becoming the next Muse? I have no idea. It's not really...
she's definitely going a bit insane, but I really couldn't say whether she's going to be another Muse or whether she's just sort of going off the deep end.
Maybe more so now that Vanessa's there because, in her eyes, probably she got killed by a vigilante.
Yeah.
That's not really what happened. Exactly. But still. But, no... It's an interesting dynamic. I don't know where it's going to turn, but I doubt we're going to see it really play out too much this season.
Yeah,
maybe because
we've only got two episodes left.
And there's so much more to cover because you've got Matt Murdock's side of things with everything that's going on there, and the resistance because Karen wanted to kill Bullseye, but Matt stopping her.
Yeah, and that was actually a really interesting interaction because of her saying, "Why do you always prioritize your enemies over the people that care about you?" And it's because he has saved Fisk's life before,
it's his ideology though, because he wants to, in a way, Foggy believing the justice system will take care of it.
But obviously Karen's sort of starting to believe more in sort of Punisher's way of that you can't really save them at this point. It's him or me about Fisk and Bullseye, really.
Because there was a dynamic like this in Daredevil Season 3 a long time ago, but Foggy convinced Matt to go through the justice system. So I feel like now Matt has to be like that for Karen at this moment in time. So she leaves and does her own little thing, which we'll get to, because that actually happened somewhat at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But a lot more stuff happens around, Fisk. It does play a lot into this for him because, he has to deal with Vanessa's death. So you see him grieving.
And not only does he have to deal with Vanessa's death, but also now he has to deal with the resistance, because there are people, like you see, protesting outside saying that, Vanessa deserved to die, basically.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the Charles that's trying to get all of his weapons back because Fisk stole them.
Yeah, because that's pretty much shown at the beginning. He goes into a warehouse, which is probably, I guess, the meeting point for where the weapons exchange was supposed to be at, and they were all gone. And he does phone him up, and he doesn't respond to him, but he's like, we had a deal. You just, you ran off with my shit. What is this for us now? And he just hangs up on him, and he just gets instantly pissed off.
Yeah.
So he knows he's lost complete control of the situation. Fisk with all those weapons. Holy crap! I have no idea.
Like really
There's more
specialized
raids and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now they've got all these different weapons and stuff, and you can see also some of Charles's men try to break into Jessica's house.
Yes, this is the episode that Jessica Jones finally returns. Now, I've only ever seen the first 2 seasons of Jessica Jones. Don't know if there was any more. I think there may possibly have been one more. But she does have a child now, because she did say she was a mother now, or at least...
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being Luke Cage's daughter. Because in the comics, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are a couple and they have a child.
I'm not too sure. I'll have to see. But from our standpoint, she does have at least her own life.
Yeah.
But it's not the anti-vigilante task force. It's Charles's guys that go in there.
Yeah.
And try and take her. Now she goes to Matt and find out basically the whole deal of what's going on, and they raid a place where all the weapons are actually at.
Yes. And she talks to Matt about how, Charles phoned her at one point because he was looking for people like them.
Yeah.
She turned him down, but there were other people like them that didn't. So it's really starting to make me think, what's Charles actually doing? Because he seems to be more in play with the sort of superhuman aspects of these people. If he's reaching out to Jessica Jones, asking her to be a part of something...
Thing is, she mentioned, I think, the organization Sky, was it, or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't swear to it. I think I've heard that name somewhere before, but I don't know if it's in a previous season somewhere. I'm not too sure, but I may have to look into that one. But it was an interesting dynamic to hear about that, because there may be something else bigger going on in that aspect. But I think what caught me off guard was they're in the fight scenes and stuff, and then she punches one of the task force.
Yeah.
And it seemed to, I say no effect, for her strength have absolutely no effect.
Yeah, because every other punch she did sent them flying, and then he just
because she has super strength. So for her to not have an effect on him, I instantly thought in that moment, okay, is he on some kind of drug or something?
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking to myself now, is she maybe losing her power a little bit as well, though? I don't know which one it is.
She could be losing her power, but it's probably more likely that this guy's taken something. Maybe it's some sort of build-up to Brand New Day where Fisk's using... Maybe there was more than just weapons in those crates.
Like a gasket, like a tombstone survive where there was...
exactly.
Possibly, but still, that was a hell of a surprise to see that happen. But they did, the whole place was like gone to sham. You do also see that other task force guy, the one that helped Daredevil and Karen out to give them the key card.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It gives you the suspicion this whole episode he was gonna go because the loyalist to Fisk, I can't remember his name. He sat by him, said, "There's your key card," and it's just a hell of a turn for worse for that guy, because he said at the very end, I know you're the mole, and shot him. Because the thing is, that guy in the first one, did say, I remember in season 1 of Daredevil Born Again, Print Map to one said, look, my father was a cop and before he was a cop, and we take pride in all that, because he never killed White Tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, okay, he's taken, obviously ever since he's worked for Fisk, he's become a right jackass now since then. But one of the other guys behind him, the one with the scar on his face after Punisher, was kind of surprised at what he did.
Yeah.
He was the one that did shoot White Tiger.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, because that's quite weird, because he's not exactly shy to murder either.
Maybe it was because it was one of his own guys and not a vigilante that he's been accustomed to. So, I don't know. That's just a very far-fetched idea. It's just something that was caught our eye, and we were like, okay, we're okay killing other people, but when you kill one of our own, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, draw the line.
Even if he was a mole, we don't just outright kill him.
I think maybe he didn't know that he was a mole, and so was sort of like, why just kill one of our friends for?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. There's a reason they probably brought him back in there, so there could be another dynamic there for them to explore. And obviously they push back the mob because he uses a way that, one of the guys is killed off, start pushing them back, take them in. And, the crowd start getting attacked. And then, of course, Karen's wig comes off and is actually revealed.
Yeah.
And that recording that they used a few episodes ago was actually played on the wall to get more riled up.
I thought that was pretty cool, because I thought that would eventually get leaked somewhere. I didn't think this is how they would use it, was playing on the screens. I see on the screen on the wall, but it was pretty cool. You also see BB and Dan going to Dan's house.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not like a major thing, but obviously he finds something in her coat pocket.
That chip, I think, is not the Kingpin thing, but is the evidence. You know, the Northern Star guy, on the ship, his confession.
Oh yeah, it probably
because remember it was given to her, so she could get it out there, but she hasn't still. So it's either that or it's all her dressing up as Fisk, one or the other. But either way, it's going to be bad for her.
Yeah.
But now the real question is he going to rat her out? Because again, she never sent the message that spooled over into leaking false information about Fisk stepping down as mayor in the next election and stuff. No, it's just a case of he's found that. Now, what he chooses to do with that chip, no idea. I mean, if he sees it and sees the confession, will he then change his mind?
I mean, I don't know, because his loyalties seem very split towards BB and Fisk. I think if Buck finds out, he'll give whatever's on that chip to Fisk.
Or just destroy it.
I mean, yeah, but I think if he does that, if Buck finds out what the chip is and what's on there, and he finds out that he's, withholding it from Fisk, then it'll be Dan that pays for it.
Oh, yeah, but what I mean is, he won't want to get the evidence out there. He'll destroy it so we won't get any further. You give it to Fisk, sure, but you'll take his word for it and kill Daniel if he has to, just to stop that information from getting out. But yeah, so they both, look to the camera, see the mobs, riot, and all that business. So Karen has now been taken in, or looks like now she's going to be taken in.
Yeah.
It depends how much time passes between these episodes, but, she could already be in, the prison, for all I know, in the next episode.
And then, and this was probably my favourite part of the episode, at the same time this is all happening, Fisk goes down to I think it was the dungeon that...
It's the same place that him and Vanessa used to eat, is where the painting is.
And he goes down there, and Daredevil's there, and they have that massive fight, and obviously now it really does look like the comics, because Daredevil's got the all black suit with the double Ds, Fisk's got the
white suit.
The white suit, and he's a lot bigger now, physically speaking, more like the comic.
He punched the wall and the bricks were flying.
So, and getting to see that fight was so cool, because it felt like something you actually see in the comics, and it was I guess choreographed really well, and especially when they had that part where Daredevil jumps up and he knees Fisk in the face, which is recreating a panel from the comic this show is based off of.
Yeah.
Or I think one of the comics, at least. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, the thing is, Fisk has actually improved as a fighter, his actual skills. Not just he's a lumbering brute now.
Yeah.
He just threw a couple of... No, he was actually quite fast with those punches. He's a lot more looser. He can just fight better now. I thought it was really cool. And the dialogue that they had beforehand talking about both of them stepping away from it all. And as soon as he mentioned like names like Foggy and Vanessa, it just brought back like, you know, the problems that led up to this moment. And, you know, it's like they're both characters that can't let go of, I guess, the anger towards each other. But he did say, if you step down and just leave the city, and I'll leave the city as well.
And I think that's the thing.
Because everyone else is suffering from those fights. That's what Matt was trying to explain to you. Because if we keep going on, you know, like Vanessa, you lost, I lost Foggy, you know, only the people around us are going to suffer if we keep doing this.
And I think that's the thing. They both don't want any more people to get hurt. Obviously, Fisk to save his reputation and Daredevil because he actually cares. But they're both too stubborn to realise that if you want to have that, then something else has got to give. If you want Fisk to leave, you have to leave, and vice versa. They're both too stubborn to step down first. So it's really interesting and it's really cool, I think. And then that fight...
Well, he says it, doesn't he? Matt did say, do you really want this? And he's like, we both want this. And then they fight. Also, nearly forgot about this. Charles meeting the governor.
Oh, yeah, talking about the weapons.
Yep, and said, you know, that I'm not here to cause you problems, but I'm here to help you with yours. So... obviously, you know, he's going to go behind Fisk after all. He did take his weapons. What will happen now? I have no idea, because now I feel like Fisk, the mobs are against him. The governor's going to be going against him. He ain't clearly got the power.
Yeah, everything's closing in on him now.
So, why do I feel like this is setting up something bigger, like something different? I don't know.
I really don't know now whether we're going to resolve the Mayor Fisk thing by the end of the season, because everything just seems to be going against Fisk. I don't really know how he's going to make his campaign and his election last longer into a third season, or even into something like the Spider-Man movies.
Because Charles was also protecting him from the governor and basically stopping her from, in a way, like taking down Fisk as mayor, but like not by any takedown, but like, you know, replacing him with somebody else. But now that he's also switched sides as well, that's no longer the case. From a political standpoint, he'll also be under pressure to be taken out of office as well. So, a lot of pressure on him. 2 episodes left. Obviously, they've done season 3 now. So, obviously, they don't really have to fit everything in here, but there's going to be a lot of things they'll want to try and maybe seal some things off ready, or some setups ready for the next season. Especially now that we know the Defenders seem to be coming back.
Yeah. Couple more things. Fisk accidentally broke the painting Vanessa gave him during his fight with Daredevil, which you can see that sort of paused the fight for a moment with him, because that's like one of the last things he had left of Vanessa. And then obviously him talking to Daredevil about how kill me, because I'm not going to give up unless you do.
It kind of reminds me of season 3 where they last properly fought. It's like, kill me because no prison can hold me. But he needs the evidence against him. And that Northern Star confession is evidence to go against him. But again, he's being taken out of office. At least he looks like he's going to be taken out of office. What's going to happen first? Will that ship make it to see the light for everyone to see? Will Karen be safe trying to get out of the anti-vigilante task force? What are the governor and Charles planning? All these different things happening. But yeah, again, 2 episodes. Be interesting to see how they're going. I don't know if we're going to get 2 episodes in the last week. I haven't looked yet, but I imagine they're going to be really big to see what happens next. But yeah, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
I did as well. Anything else to add?
No, I don't think so.
In that case, that is going to be it for this video today. Hope you all enjoyed. If there's anything in the comment section, like if there's anything we've missed, then feel free to leave it down in the comment section and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But for today, that's going to be it from me, Dewi, and my brother.
Oh, aye.
And we will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.